Hello, this is Lisa Hazard and Misty Lore with the podcast We Are All Psychic. And today we have a great guest, a fantastic guest named Carol. Carol, would you like to say hello?
Hello, I'm here.
Carol is here, and we're so excited to have you, Carol.
We are.
Carol, I have a question for you. Do you think
Go
we
ahead.
are all psychic?
I'm sorry, do you what, like?
Do you think we're all psychic? Everybody?
I do. I have this whole feeling about psychics. I think there's a lot of great ones out there, but I think there's a lot of them that know how to play the game.
What's the game?
Oh,
Ooh, I like it.
No, they play there. You can call yourself a psychic and not be a psychic.
Oh, that's the game. Okay, yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah, but there's a lot of good ones. I think I do believe in it, and I didn't realize that I was psychic. But I'm a different kind of psychic, along with my astrology. I can't tell you that this is going to happen on April 1st or whatever, but when somebody talks or look at them, I know all about them. I can tell you, we talked about that before. And I'm able to figure out. Yeah, but I don't call myself one of those where you can take me out to a place and I can find the bones of somebody that died 30 years ago. Can't do that. No.
Yeah, I think everybody has their gifts. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Everybody has different ways.
Yeah.
So, listeners, Carol is an astrologer and she does a million things. She has done everything there is to do in life and more.
I have done everything there is. Well, just about. I don't know what it is that I've just done all this stuff. I'm not saying that it's all successful or I do all well. I've just had a lot of businesses and I've had a lot of jobs, and I'm never afraid to say, oh, I can do that. I've edited books, I've written restaurant reviews, I've just whatever there is. And I love that. But I've always been an astrologer. That's always back there. I just haven't always practiced it because life changes. And there've been places where it wasn't going to work for me, but I've always used it and I believe in it.
What got you started with astrology? What interested you?
Of course, you're going to want to laugh at this story. Okay.
Yeah, I want to laugh.
My kids were in school and I decided I had to do something. So I told my husband at that time, I'm going to go become a paralegal. So I went to paralegal school at night and he said, you won't last more than one class. And I proved him wrong. I left at intermission or when we had a break, left all my books on the table and said, I can't do this. It was so boring. Oh my God.
Half a semester. Woo!
I've always been really lucky. Whenever something's in my life, there's always the teacher. Whenever I need the teacher's there. And a friend of mine said she had her astrology chart done. I said, what is astrology chart? So I decided to go to a class. And after the first class, I took all my books back and I said, you can have my book. This is way too serious for me. And the teacher said to me, my mentor, that you're probably the only one in the class who's going to become an astrologer. And I stuck with it. And I decided that, of course, I wanted to do more. So I had a friend call a radio show and said that she introduced herself as my PR person. And nice. So I got on that radio show, then that went to another, then TV, syndicated column. So I did, and a speaker, and I just made it kind of bigger than life.
That's so cool.
But there's a real problem with that. After a few years, you can get cold in the business and you can't propagate anymore. You lose a radio show, but you can't get another one. And a lot of it started to vanish in that particular way. And about that time I got divorced. And so I was doing other things, but it's always there. And I always love it. And I feel I have to laugh when I hear people are going online, getting their charts, reading their charts. They don't know what they're reading. And I think it's really dangerous. I'm not saying they should go to me, but I think they should go to a real astrologer if they're interested, because they'll have a lot of stuff to me. Well, my Venus is in the 4th house. And somebody on TikTok said, you're all wrong. You should be in the 4th, when Venus is in the 4th house squared Pluto transiting. I thought, what is she talking about? So no, really, they learn a little bit and it becomes a dangerous thing. You have to be able to look
I
at
agree.
when I did your reading for you, I kept looking at your whole chart. I look at your sun, moon, and rising. I look at the planets and I go back to the sun, moon, and rising. And if I see a bad aspect, but a lot of good ones, I can erase that because that's not affecting your life. But somebody else would look at that and think that they're doomed.
Because they're just focusing on the one thing they know that's a danger.
And I've had people write me and said, I am doomed. One girl, she said she was so upset because of Venus in her chart. She thought her life was coming to an end. So I did her chart.
Taking it very seriously.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, astrology works, but it works, let me say 90% of the time. Like psychic stuff works. Nothing is 100%.
I agree.
Because there are free will, there's variables, there's things that change in our life.
Yes. I agree 100%. I agree 100%.
So I have a question for you, Carol. You have how many years of experience? How many years have you studied astrology?
You're going to find out how old I am now, right? Yeah.
We're going to tell the listeners, give it up.
35 years.
35 years. So in 35 years of studying astrology.
And doing charts, of course.
And doing charts and writing about astrology, talking about astrology, and studying it and studying it and studying it, and everybody else's. What do you take away from that as far as why we're here?
I feel, okay, on the day you were born at a specific time and a specific hour, time, the day, and that defines your basic personality. That was given to you. But you can defy it. You could say an Aquarius is unemotional and they don't connect well with people, but you can look at the rest of your chart and you can defy your whole chart. You can change your whole life. If you don't like being a Scorpio or a Libra, you don't have to follow along the patterns that it says. And that's where the free will comes in. And even when you're adopted, that's a big question when you're adopted. And let's say that you were supposed to be born a certain day and you were born another day, or you're late, a baby comes late. Like my son would have been in Aries.
I was 2 months late.
Wow.
You were 2 months
poor
late.
mother.
Yeah. How much did you weigh?
Mom said I came out holding my head up.
Oh
I don't know. I didn't weigh too much. I just weighed normal baby weight, but my head, she said I was just holding my head up and looking around when I was born.
You were more developed. Yeah. And my son would have been an Aries and he turned out to be a Taurus, and he is very much a Taurus.
Yeah.
Which is, I know you are also.
Yeah, I'm a Taurus. Yeah. Well, listeners, Carol has done my chart. She was so generous and just offered to do my chart, and she read it.
Oh, wow.
For me about a week ago, Carol, was it?
Yeah.
My chart? Yeah. Oh,
and
gosh.
that was just a chart focusing on the highlights, that wasn't with all the frills and the ruffles.
Yeah, it was great. Listeners, she told me that I have in my astrology chart, if I understood correctly, a certain astrological combination that says I am capable of winning the lottery.
Yes, I think I don't have your chart here, but I think it was Jupiter with Venus in one of the houses, where that it's not just necessarily the lottery, but you're going to be lucky, and sometimes we feel like life is treating us really badly. We all have that. We go through, and many times people will equate that to where the planets are. And I have mixed feelings about that, because if you take a planet like Uranus and Neptune, they stay in one sign, they transit in one sign for 10 to 14 years. And you don't want to think that you got that label on you for 10 to 14 years.
No, you don't.
And I think, in astrology, the sun sign goes from sign to sign to sign, from Aries to Taurus. Everybody knows that. And it's on a regular basis. But the moon goes, all the planets in the moon all follow that same pattern. So the moon takes 2.5 days to get from one sign to the next. And Pluto, at the very other end of the spectrum, takes up to 25 years. So the influence is more like a generational thing. Right. And I feel like Uranus and Neptune represent a whole period of your life. And it could be so many things. The only two planets that I pay really a lot of attention to for transiting what's going on is Saturn and Jupiter, because Saturn spends 3 years in a house and a sign in a house, and Jupiter spends 1 year. So that's more like it. Like in January, Jupiter is going into Pisces. Pisces going into Jupiter. No, Jupiter. I always I don't know why.
The planet goes into the sign. I do the same thing. Yeah. The sign goes in the planet goes in the sign. It's all confusing.
Yeah. I know that I can't remember. I know your sun sign is Taurus, and didn't you have another earth sign in there?
My moon was a Capricorn and my ascendant is Cancer.
Okay. So Pisces, okay, you got a lot of, you got earth and you've got water. So it's going to go into your first house. It's going into Pisces. So you're going to have a really good year, probably with work, with all kinds of stuff. This is going to be
I
a good year
agree.
for you.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah.
Thank
It
you.
is. No, I kind of told you that. Yeah, this is going to be
Yeah.
her year. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
But this is your year anyway, because of what you've gone through and what's been in your life. So it's a whole
Yep.
year of opening and new things for you, and astrologically also. And I think I told you that Venus is going retrograde in I think December 19th for 6 weeks, and not a good time to start any new relationships or new things, kind of to go along and wait until it passes. It only comes by every 18 months. So it's not like Mercury retrograde 3 times a year.
What are the
Good.
repercussions if you were to start a relationship during a Venus
Nothing.
retrograde?
It just might not
rocky
work
start.
out,
Yeah.
but it could. I mean, it's not cast in stone.
Anything's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's possible that you just might have more issues with it. And I think personally, it's kind of gone along with your life that you're probably better off at this
Oh
point.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Not-
me. Yeah. I was just curious,
Yeah,
like in
you.
general.
In general, well, I think sometimes I feel I take astrology, I don't take it lightly, but everything is with optimism whenever I do charts for anybody. I don't ever like to tell them, oh, this is going to be a bad time for you, because that's programming you.
It is. It's
Right.
making
Okay.
an
We do that with
expectation. It's
cards,
saying
don't
this
we?
is going to be
Yeah.
hard. No, you can say this is coming and you're going to be happy about it. No, you can say
No,
what
but
you
no,
can
this
do
is gonna
about
be-
it.
We do
Okay,
it with cards. That's
Saturn.
how we do.
Like,
yeah.
what's your attitude about it? Like,
Yeah.
there's a time in your
Right.
life that's going to be turbulent, maybe, or something like that. Or, but you
Well,
can see
Saturn,
how they get through it.
yeah, Saturn
Positivity.
is considered limitations and difficult. Okay. And the reality is, it's just telling you to slow down and look at what's going on before you make a move. And, when Venus goes, when Venus goes retrograde, I don't take it a whole lot serious. I don't. But I do know that for the most part, when it fits into your life, and it fits into your life, it happens to just really, is that you are cautious and don't get yourself entangled in another relationship, because it is going to cause you some problems.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
want a relationship. No, I
that's
don't
She
want one.
doesn't.
Yeah.
We're
I do
having too
not
much
want
fun,
one.
aren't we?
Yeah. Way too much fun.
Yes.
So, and this is your time to have fun. I think you've come out of a difficult relationship, and I mean, you haven't really had a relationship that's been really sturdy and really warm and helpful for periods of time.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you a couple of years off at least. I know it sounds
That's
like
what
a
I
lot,
said.
That doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a lot. It sounds
but you
great.
can't- that doesn't mean you can't go out with guys and have a good time. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that I think as a Taurus, which is surprising to me, I don't want to use this word sucked in, but you get caught up.
Oh, I get
Yeah, she
imagine. My
does.
imagination
She
can make
does.
something out of
Caught up.
nothing. I can make
Yes.
something out of nothing if I want to.
But she's learning
Yeah.
though. She's learning not to do that. So she's
No,
good.
I still make
One of the
something out of
most
nothing.
dangerous
I'll just pick what I do it with.
Yeah, right. I think the most dangerous thing in life is something that I do, is that I overthink.
Yes, we were talking
Me
about
too.
that in
Yeah, we
emails this
were.
morning. Yeah.
A friend had mentioned that to me, and I hadn't thought about it. I thought maybe anxiety or stress, but the reality is overthinking, which is like,
Yeah.
And
I
I
am
do too.
decided. I'm doing some Tai Chi. I'm also
Ooh.
I did a manifestation meditation for good health. I've been
Cool.
doing that every day. And I just feel like I think you have to use Western medicine along with Eastern thoughts, philosophy, but I think they complement each other,
They do.
because I have to take some medication now that I have to take. And I don't want to just say, well, I'm going to get rid of it and do all this other, but in concert together,
Right.
they'll work. And I feel it, I believe it. And I do believe in manifestation, only to the point, I just, all these big words today that make so much money for so many people are just amazing to me. Try to feel positive about life, but you can't feel positive. And the biggest thing is that when they say, follow your dreams and the money will follow, that doesn't always happen in life.
No.
No.
Right.
You have to know that your dreams are realistic, that you've got a plan for those dreams, that you're going to stick with it and make it happen.
Do
That
it. Yeah.
Make you feel like, just sit back and just dream, and it's just going to happen. And I think that these kids are brought up today to think they are superhuman, that they can do anything, and that their parents build them up to these fabulous, wonderful people.
Yes, and then they get let down.
And they have to work, and there's a lot of competition out there.
There is.
And today, my husband and I were just talking about all the choices there are today, from whole islands of cereal to how many people are computer designers, IT experts, how many of them are, the latest word is the coach. There's a coach for health, a coach for manifesting, there's a coach for business, there's a coach for I thought, and these people don't even have degrees or they just decide to do them and take a little course and get a certificate.
Wow, yeah, you're right. You're so right. It's ridiculous.
As a psychic and an empath and an astrologer like you are, is that you have this ability. And I don't think that this has anything to do with going to school or learning anything. We just have it. And I know that when you hear somebody's, for you, Lisa, do you hear somebody's voice, or do you just feel the minute they get on the phone or text you, something?
It comes when the phone rings. If they have written me, I immediately get it when I look at, okay, listeners, this is how it works on our end as psychic advisors on the platform Everclear. We use our cell phones or our computers, but we talk on our cell phones, and we do the chats on the computer, cell phone, tablet, anything like that. Right. So when I get a request or somebody writes me on the app, I will get a text on my phone that tells me somebody wrote me, but doesn't say anything about what they wrote me or who wrote me, unless it's an arranged call or chat. And in this case, if I get that text that says I have a message, I usually know who it's from and what they're writing about. Usually. Yeah. 90%. 90%. Yeah. I'm guessing. I'm guessing. It's just the first thing that comes to me. I bet that's so-and-so.
So even if it's someone you've never met before, don't know, who it's from.
No, I won't know. I get that message that comes through, and I'll be like, I'll immediately think, I think it's so-and-so. It usually is a regular client writing me, but sometimes it's not. And then when I go and look at it, I don't have a feeling at all about it then. And I'll go look on the app, and it will be someone I have not read with before, and I'll immediately get an impression. But the thing that I find interesting is as soon as the phone rings or a chat starts, and same thing with my local clients, when we start a phone call, the guides come in and the energy changes. My guides, I work with them all the time.
Yeah, I know that's your thing, is your guides.
And they come in, and it just, they bring the client's guides, and there's just all the, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels good. Yeah. It could be. It's just like they help, and they bring in the information, and they keep the protection all around us, and they let me deliver what I need to tell the person. I usually don't remember it because I'm not channeling my guides. I hear them, and then I tell somebody. I don't hear them with my ears. They just tell me, like cognizance.
I know it comes true. Yeah. And I know that. No, I was wondering, I think every psychic has their own little way of doing things. And like I said, I don't consider myself this, if you call it a true psychic. I just know when I hear somebody's voice, I know what's going on in their life. And I just, so I had a client on, and she, just long story short, she was having trouble with her house because the people were acting up. And I said, get out of it. This is not a good deal. And so she wrote me back, and she said, everything turned out wonderful. Our realtor handled everything. And I wrote her back. I said, be careful. And the next note came from her. They went underneath her or went around her and sold the house to somebody else. So I knew I didn't know exactly what was going to wrong, but I knew that something was very wrong.
She needed to be prepared. Yeah.
Yeah. So she says, well, I guess you're right now. She was so pleased that I was so glad she didn't think I was wrong.
That is a real weird thing for us, as professionals being paid to do these readings, even when you're doing them for free, to tell somebody something that's going to upset them or make them.
Do you tell people that when somebody asks for their boyfriend, are they going to come back? Do you actually tell them, ever say no?
Yeah, I do. Because they're not. Some of them are just jerks, and they're not. And they use these people, the significant other who is just a piece of crap, and are not ready for a relationship with this person who's talking to me, who's giving and wonderful. Yeah. And I start, we'll start talking about that, but I'll eventually, hopefully my goal is to get them to look at themselves and find their own value without that person thinking they're valuable.
Yeah.
It's
I
kind of
say-
like
I have
motherly
mine a little
advice, isn't
different.
it?
I say they will be back because I said they always come back, but that doesn't mean you want them. And that's
I
what you
have had
to
said
realize.
that. I see that a lot in the cards. When somebody comes back, the person there
Yeah.
who's
But
calling
they
about them,
always are
you
going to
don't want them.
return. They're
Yeah.
going to return one way or another. You know, it may not be in the best sense, you know, but
Yeah.
you know, one of the things that I like about doing charts, of course, is right there on paper. And I find though, I do the chart as 80% and 20% of it, no matter what, is still my own feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't help it. I find myself doing videos I do for another company, and I'm looking at their chart and I just kind of like, I don't really need it because I kind of know. I mean, I do a write-up on everybody with their sun moon. I want to have notes because I have to talk pretty fast and I want to be sure I don't miss anything. But I just know with people the minute I see them, and when I don't get to hear them. I don't only get to see them when I do a Zoom. Yeah. And then it's like, I don't need to have anything around because I know exactly what's going on in their lives. But,
that's really cool.
Yeah. So that's where my psychic stuff comes in, and my empath. I think I've been an empath all my life. And I didn't know it. You know, I saw people mistreating people, and things that people don't see what I see. And I'm sure you guys feel, you know.
I can relate, definitely.
Misty can relate.
People, I know, I said they're really, how can that person be friends with them? Because they do so many wrong things.
Oh my gosh, who does that sound like? She
we
nailed
have to
that
pick
one.
our friends very carefully, and I haven't always done that.
Yeah.
And I end up doing too much for people, and then I get resentful because they take advantage of me. And
thank you. Yeah. Yes.
Sounds
familiar. Yes, it does. Preach it to the choir, I tell you. That's exactly what I think.
I tend to be like you. I see the positive in people. I see what they're capable of, and they might not be doing that, but they're capable of it. But I assume that's what they're doing if they're capable of it. You know what I mean? And they take advantage.
And they take people advantage. Get weirder. I think people get stranger every year. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's me, you know.
Maybe you're getting more stable.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm getting up there now. I got a little time left. Yeah, I have a little time left.
Oh, wow.
So Misty,
I have some questions about astrology.
That's what I was about to ask Misty if she had questions for you.
Yeah,
I have questions.
Do you want to know about
What?
Well, no, anything you want to know, or you know a lot about the planets or the sun, the houses, anything at all that I can answer.
Well, I can relate to you so much. First of all, I am so glad that you're on here with us. You just made my day. I want to know, you know, all of us see astrology at one time in our lives or another. We're all curious. We've seen it in the newspaper articles, and we've read our horoscopes. You know, it's something that kind of is accepted, shall I say, in society, you know, but you can dig deeper into it. So what kind of changes have you seen as far as astrology, you know, from the time that you started studying it till now?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
The big thing is the age group. Up until several years ago, the average age was 40 and up. And now it's between 16 and 25. Is about 90% of the charts that I do are kids. And let me tell you, they are so unhappy today. Kids have so many
they are.
problems.
They really are.
They want to know about, are they going to get married? They want to know if their career is going to work. They don't know what to do with themselves. They feel so unsure.
Insecure,
they want me to straighten them out.
Yeah. They have so much expectations on them. Not only that, but we have stuff like we have TVs, computers, phones. When I was 18, I went to college with like a bedspread, you know.
We did it. I really feel a lot. You know, we talked on the phone. We talked to people. We got together and did nothing and just had fun.
Yeah.
And I see my granddaughters, and they are. All of this is so different. Their lives are so different. And I don't know how it's all going to play out, because I don't want to talk politics. I promise you I won't. But I see our country is just going in the wrong direction.
Well, we all know that. Yeah, it's just not.
It's scary to what's happening. And our grandkids are going to get the debt, somebody's going to take care of the debt, and it's going to be, and our grandkids, my son is a very, very wealthy man, and those girls get to go to the best colleges and have absolutely everything. And to me, that doesn't mean they're going to be spoiled or turned out bad or anything. But I hope that at some point they know they're going to have to take care of their lives, or maybe they'll get married.
Not depend on anybody.
Yeah. And I don't know how independent they are. I mean, they're independent enough to go away to school.
Yeah.
But mom and dad are there with, helping them financially. There's no responsibility at this point.
Yep. That's our generation. Yeah. That's my generation. The way that we're raising kids. Yeah.
To look at this a little more positively. I really do look at stuff too positively mainly. But I look at Star Trek and I look at now and I look at the 3D printer. And I'm like, if we all have 3D printers someday, we are going to have replicators like Star Trek, where we can make food and money. We can make anything in our little replicators. And then it's going to change the world. I'm convinced that's going to happen.
It's
slowly. already happening.
There's driveless cars, and that's going to take over. Yes. And there won't be as many accidents because all the cars will have those special noises, bumpers that you can't hit. And we're going to have a lot less need for people in the workforce in a lot of different areas.
That's not good.
We're going to have robots doing everything.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. I think the world is just going to be a totally different place.
And it is now. It is now.
But I'm not saying this is bad or good. This is just the way our life is.
It's just the way it is. Yeah. I think it's good though. I love the future. I feel like I don't want to watch TV anymore because the future is my phone. I'm living in this science fiction fantasy stuff that I wrote about in 1998. It's happening. I'm living it. Like it's real.
Love it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Write some more.
It's like, right. I'm so excited about the future, and it's now. And it's like I love technology. I love this microphone. I love my phone. I love they all have personality to me though. They're not just like objects. Like they have character and name them, They do, but they give me, well, for me, Carol, it's a little different than like a lot of other people because I had agoraphobia for most of my life. So when the internet happened, it really helped me because I couldn't get out of the house. But on the internet, I could write people and communicate that way, not voice. Back then, and when I first started getting on the internet and meeting people like on video games and stuff like that, it was all writing, and I was a writer, so that worked really well for me, and I could communicate.
Yeah, that's what you told me. You did a lot of ghostwriting and stuff.
Yeah, and I could express myself to where I went in a comfortable environment where I didn't feel judged or anxious or anything like that. So the internet was really great for me to keep in touch with human beings when I couldn't go out of the house. Yeah. And it gave me friendships when I didn't have any, and stuff like that. So like, to me, that was like one of the best things that could have happened at that time because I had no life.
But I find technology fascinating with the constant stuff going on, and I am like amazed at it. The problem is I'm not very good at it, and I'm trying to work doing videos. I'm trying to fix them up, or I'm trying to do this, and I can't follow the instructions, because
it's hard.
Instructions are more difficult than not instructions.
They're written by engineers, not people.
My husband had some problems with an Apple Watch, and he came back and he had to do stuff with, there were no instructions. He had to figure it out for himself. And today, that instructions, maybe you can go online and keep finding something, but instructions don't come with anything.
Yeah, they don't.
Right. Yeah,
you have to be. And I never learned. I just have always been doing stuff, art and writing and just doing stuff that's very abstract and not, but I've learned on the computer what I have to do. And it took me a while to learn the Everclear. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's really slick. It's slick. It is slick. And you did. And it is the way what they have done, no one's done from what I can tell. They did it right. And they took their time.
Someone today told me that it's the best platform and to shoot. And I saw in one thing where it's #1.
It is to me. It is to me. The places I've worked and the advisors I've met on this podcast, and I've called a couple times and had readings with advisors that I didn't know or had a podcast with. I just wanted a reading, and they are just golden. They want to help. Everyone I've spoken with, you included, Carol, I could just tell they love to help. They want to help.
But
And
that's
And they
what
like
I
what
mean.
they do.
We
Yeah.
love getting paid, but I
We do.
love getting off a call and someone saying to me, "Thank you, you've helped me so much today."
Isn't that the best?
I
It
love
is.
that, you know. And there's a few you can't. One called up screaming and yelling at me about nothing, not to me. But my life is awful. Blah, blah, blah. She just finally hung up.
That's all she did. That's all she did.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And,
She had to get it
and
out.
most of it, we learn to be sympathetic with problems that are foreign to us.
Yes, that's a very good point.
Yeah,
I
it is.
definitely have. I
I
definitely
can't
have.
understand why women would allow themselves this, but I have to be sympathetic and understand that it does happen. Oh,
Yeah.
there's your cat. You
That's
haven't seen mine.
Gandalf.
Oh,
Where's
my
yours,
cat.
Lady?
I've got two of them. They're not
Oh.
here.
Oh, he
come on.
likes you guys. He
Hello.
likes you, Carol. Gandalf says, "Hey, Carol."
Oh
Hey,
my
Misty."
goodness. I love that. How many do
Hey,
you have? Just
Gandalf.
one?
Two.
You have two cats. And you have a
Yeah,
dog, don't you?
Misty has
No.
dogs.
Misty.
She's fixing to have a dog.
But you have two cats. I have two cats.
No, you have two cats.
I have two cats. Well, we had to, one died. So we went and
Aw.
we had to get two because they were sisters. The one's a huge Mancoon cat, and the other is this tiny little girl. I wish I want to bring her. But I don't want to. Come on, Chloe. No, it won't work with her.
Never does with cats.
So
Yeah.
cute. I just love her. I just love her to death. You know.
No.
But I feel, getting back to astrology just a little bit here, is that I am so fascinated, like on my TikTok, every one of these people, they know their sun, moon, rising, they know all their planets, and they want to know why this is what they're all educated. And it has become a very big business online. In fact,
Yeah,
I
it
said, you
has.
can buy somebody's chart. If I want to start a business, I can pay $3.95 and sell it for $20. And one guy was bragging how much money he made by buying the charts and reselling them.
Wow.
Yeah. And most of the stuff online is, I don't want to say bad. There's some good sites on there, and I do research, but I still like my old books because I feel
I do too.
is a real astrology.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of these astrologers just get carried away with stuff that I can't even understand what they're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. And what
Keep
help is
things
that?
simple for
Yeah.
people. You want,
Yeah. What
okay,
help is that?
you know, I don't want to say, well, this is square and this is on here, so this might mean this or this, you know. I just like to tell you what's going on in your life in a brief form or whatever it is. So,
And that's all we want anyway, right?
yeah, you just want to know how things are going to work for you, how things are going to go. And if there's a relationship, you want to know if you know, and lots of times I said, what is this? I in the beginning, I was all hung up on Everclear to do people's complete charts, and decided that's not what they want, because they feel that their sun sign is everything that they need to know.
Right.
So I have to deal with that because I can't really, and I've only had requests for one chart the whole time I've been there. They've all been psychic readings.
Wow.
But so I asked them, just tell me what your birthday is and your significant other birthday. And that, you know, that will give me enough information what I need to do with you, because I can feel what else is going on.
Right.
So when you have an Aquarius with the Scorpio, you know there's trouble.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it won't work out. Doesn't mean it won't work out. Aquarius is, particularly if it's the guy, okay, and the woman is the Scorpio, intense, wanting a commitment, wanting to know what's going on. The Aquarius could care less. The Aquarius, he'll fall in love someday, but he's really interested in going out there with all the groups, the people, good politicians. They don't have a whole lot of emotional feelings for the most part, unless they have the moon in Cancer and Cancer rising and a lot of other stuff. And when you put a Capricorn, I know with Capricorns, they're all the same. Aha. I mean, they're not exactly the same, but they, you know, and
have a lot of traits. Yeah.
Yeah. So Missy, when is your birthday again?
Mine is April 11th,
So you're an
1977. Yes.
So you're an Aries. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And Aries and Taurus. And you guys are friends.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
You've been friends in past lifetimes.
We think so. We found out from another podcast we did with Melanie, who's also on Everclear. She did a past life, Melanie, you know, from
Evelyn, oh
Everclear.
yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did one on past lives. She's done a few with us, but she did one on past lives. She was one of the first advisors from Everclear to do an interview, and she told us we were sister wives in a past life.
Well, I see that on
Yeah.
your second, when charts, very often when signs are next to each other. And again, your moon sign, Taurus, your moon sign's in Cancer. Am I right?
No, mine's in Capricorn.
Capricorn. Okay. So it's really that whenever signs are right next to each other as friends, it means that simply alone means that you've known each other before and you have
Really? That's so
I
cool.
I see that. I
Yeah,
see
but-
exactly what you're saying. Most of my friends, I can tell you right now, are in like within a month or two of,
Huh.
yeah. I can totally get that. I see.
When I've had
Yeah.
Scorpio friends, I've felt it doesn't mean the friendship's going to last or whatever, but there are some
Right.
qualities about it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I totally
Now,
get that.
I have heard that the sign that is opposite of your sign, 6 degree or 6 signs away, you're supposed to be really compatible with. This is just, I'm asking you if this is true.
Yeah.
And then
yes
I've
and
heard
no.
that the ones on either side at 5 and 7 different, they are not as
that's-
good to be compatible
actually,
with.
what I call the inconjunct signs. Okay. I'm a Libra, married to a Pisces. We're just we're not like opposite or square or anything. And I think that's a really powerful blend. That's my personal opinion. And I think that oppositions can be good. Squares are difficult. I find that of all it doesn't mean I always have to say this. All relationships can work and be happy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as a whole, like I was married to a Capricorn and I'm a Libra. It was like the worst combination I could possibly be with.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. And Capricorn men are they're usually good looking guys and pretty sharp. And I just tell you something, I knew when I got divorced that he would never look back or ever think about me again. And that was true.
Right.
They have no heart. I don't want to say they're all heartless because they're not.
Right. Everybody's
But
different.
Of,
Yeah.
of all the signs on the zodiac, who I would pick to be the most heartless, if I were to pick one out, Capricorn would come out to me at first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I agree.
And Scorpios can be resentful and secretive and
Yes.
angry and
Yes.
whatever.
Honey, I've
And-
got so many Scorpios in my house. I know.
And I'm a Libra, and I think that Libra men can be very weak and very indecisive.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yes. My husband is that. Yes.
Yes.
I didn't say that, but yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't
Very
listen.
indecisive. Indecisive is a
And
good word.
yeah,
Yes.
they're very stable. They're very together. They want a relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that they make good husbands and good partners.
They do.
And I think
They
Taurus
do.
women do too. I think both. Taurus is probably the most stable of all the signs.
I agree. And have you noticed too about Taurus that like you can tell a Taurus your biggest secret of your whole life and they will keep it.
Exactly.
That's one thing that I have seen in Taurus. They are very, very committed and they
Honorable.
will not rat on you. They won't tell on you. They'll just keep it to themselves.
Right.
And not many people can do that. So yeah.
And Geminis act really emotional and absolutely don't give a damn underneath it all. A lot of the time.
Right.
I've had
Right.
about Geminis and oh my God, I'm so worried. And then like 5 minutes later, what was that? I mean,
Yeah.
And then there's signs that are very emotional that don't show their emotions. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I know.
yeah. So there are some
That's kind of how I
stereotypes
feel about a lot of Scorpios. Scorpios have really deep emotions, but they don't want to let people know about them usually.
No,
And
they
that's why they're
don't.
secretive.
You're right.
They are.
Yeah.
They are very
They
secretive.
They're
don't
very
want people to know because
emotional.
it makes them vulnerable and
Yes.
they get used.
Very much.
But as far as partners go, Taurus probably makes the best partner on the zodiac.
Woo!
Yeah. No, I agree too. Yeah.
And Aries I love Aries people. I have a lot of Aries friends, and that's opposition for me. I'm a Libra, but I just get along with Aries and I just like them a lot.
Me too. I've always
Yeah.
loved
Me
Aries.
too.
Yeah. And I have there's two signs that I have the most problems with. One of them is Cancer and the other one is Aquarius.
And
And
why?
doesn't mean whenever I have a problem with somebody, they're either Cancer or Aquarius.
Like
Or also
what do you
other
pinpoint
Libras.
that down at? What is it exactly? Did you pin it
Personality
down for?
classes maybe or something.
I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but I've had trouble with cancer people, and also my own sign. I have had friends, and the friendships are often don't last, and I don't know why, you know.
And you're a
Yeah.
Scorpio, right?
No, I'm a Libra.
Libra. You just
Yeah.
said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Libra,
Yeah.
and I get along with Tauruses and Scorpios and Aries and Sagittarius people. And I do get along with Geminis as long as I don't take them too seriously. And Leos and Virgos. I like
Yeah.
Virgos.
Man, I love
Yeah.
Virgos, but they don't like
Yeah.
me. I don't know why.
You've got the Capricorn moon, and you got all
They
that.
just, I'm not like quite perfect enough, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, you are to
I'm a Virgo,
me.
Virgo. And I think there's a mistake. I think I'm probably a Libra, Virgo moon, but if I'd been born 5 minutes earlier, I would be a Leo rising. And I think,
Oh,
possibly,
wow.
yeah, I'm so much more Leo
I
expressive.
see that. I see that. Yeah.
But I am a Virgo moon because I am obsessed with healthy lifestyles and
I can
but
tell by looking at you. Yeah, you're
but-
gorgeous.
you know,
Mm,
Yeah,
but my
she is
house-
gorgeous.
I try
You
to
are.
make my house look really, I'm working on, getting my house organized. And I'm
Me
really
too.
good. I clean out my drawers. They look wonderful. And a week later, I have to do them over again.
Ah,
Me
yes.
too. So that's
Me too. Yes, I'm with
I
you,
keep,
girl. Yes.
And I end up with clutter all over my house. And I just, oh, well, I figured, what the hell? It's my house.
Yeah,
Right.
my clutter,
Right.
my
Do what
house.
you want to do.
Absolutely.
Don't judge me. The only person who can judge my house is me.
That's right.
And I
That's
judge
right.
it. I
Where's
judge
your
it
blue walls?
houseworthy.
You told me you have all these blue walls in your
Well,
house.
I have a very bad computer camera, so these are actually blue walls, but they look purple in this
Okay.
Zoom
Speaking of
video.
blue, I tell you, I ordered a little bag from Melanie. She's made up a custom bag for me for my.
I
Oh,
love her
Melanie
coin bags.
stuff.
Her stuff is
Yes.
amazing.
I'm
It
loving
is.
crystals, and of course I ordered some beautiful earrings from another gal. I think
I'm waiting for the silver. They still haven't shipped
Okay.
it.
I know her.
Well, the
Yeah.
tornadoes came through, and they said they haven't been able to ship.
Well, I know I have to get. I have a thing is that I can't wear. Wear one earring because something always happens to the other one. Okay, I don't have any earrings. I don't have any
Cool,
earrings.
though.
I'll send
I
you
like
three.
it.
I'm gonna
I'll
be
send you
careful with
three. I'll send you three.
That's a good idea.
So someone says, you realize you just have one earring on.
Say,
I like
I said, I know that.
it's
They
like my
thought I
Michael
knew that.
Jackson glove.
It makes you original. I like it. I like it.
So, Carol, if you were to listeners who are listening to this podcast, if you wanted to teach them anything about astrology or anything about their psychic sides, if there's something you would like to tell them as they're learning, or maybe they're just starting out, what would you like to say?
I'd say don't take it too seriously, but take it seriously.
Ooh.
And don't live by everything that you read or you hear, and pick out what belongs to you during your path, because a lot of it in life does not apply. And this is what I find I'm concerned about the younger set. They are so
Mhm.
hung up on their sun, moon, rising planets. And someone said, I mean, I told you the comments. I said, I'm a Capricorn and I know my life is just ruined. I mean,
Oh, no.
That's
It's
taking it
awful.
really
Like Scorpio.
seriously.
yeah, my
Yeah.
Scorpio moon is just making me so difficult. And I'm thinking, it's not your Scorpio moon, it's you.
Your attitude
Yeah.
about your Scorpio
Yeah.
moon.
Yeah.
Because we all have signs,
agree.
and I think I am very Libra. I'm a people pleaser. And I also, I can't make up my mind a lot about stupid little things. But we all pick up signs, we all pick up traits from all zodiac signs. There is no cusp in astrology.
do.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're born the first day, like for example, if you're born, a good example is November 22nd. Okay. If you were born 10 years ago, you might be a Sagittarius. If you're born today, you could be a Scorpio. It changes, but you are one sign or the other. And if you're
Okay,
born,
that's why the cusp even exists, because of
Yeah,
that
they do not.
discrepancy.
they don't.
Okay.
And if
Yeah.
you're born the first 10 days of your sign, you're very strong in that sign. Okay. and
Oh,
if you're
I didn't
born
know
The
that.
second 10 days, you're very strong in the next sign that's in the same modality, like fire, air, earth, or water. Like I'm a Libra and I was born the second 10 days. So I have Aquarius traits. So that's the next air sign. And if I were
Huh.
born the last 10 days, I would pick up Gemini traits. But the reality is we all pick up traits from all signs. We all are
Yes.
all the 12, but there's specifics. And like a Taurus. I think you're very Taurus, and I don't know you well enough, but I like the way you talk, Lisa. I'm not saying I could guess what sign you are, but you are very Taurus.
I didn't
She
used to
is.
seem like it. I didn't used
No,
to seem
she
like it when I
is.
was younger, but I feel like I
No,
am
she
now.
is.
Yeah. Well, you've
Yeah,
grown
she
into it.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got
Yeah.
your life together now.
She does.
Yeah. So you've had some
Do
bad
I?
times.
You do.
But
You're
you
doing
stick
so
with what you're
well.
doing. But I think, and I'll tell you this too again, just be very protective of yourself.
Okay.
I agree.
With
I
people,
agree.
don't let people get into your circle that feel wrong, because it could
Yep.
be, yeah.
Something I have to watch out for is valuing other people's, not their opinions, but valuing other people more than I value myself. Let's just leave it
Right.
at that.
Trust
I
yourself.
should be equal. It should be equal. It shouldn't
should
be.
be.
These people are more
Yeah.
important than me. It shouldn't be that way.
I
It
think
should
I
be
told
equal.
you
No.
to trust your intuition. I did tell you
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Trust it
She-
100%. It's really good. You're really in tune with yourself.
She
Don't let
is.
other people, they're not right. I mean, we learn from other people, but don't take it as that is your last learning experience, that you're going to stick with it.
Yep.
People talk is cheap and actions is powerful.
That's exactly what I would say.
That's why I do
I
this
like it.
podcast. It's cheap. Because we're just
But we have so
talking.
much
Just
fun.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So
we love
let's-
it.
So, Carol, where can listeners find you if they would like to check out your astrology, get a reading, or hear and learn
Well,
about
first
you?
there's everclear.com.
And I'll put a link to your. I'll get your phone number and stuff, and
And I'd like
listeners
to
will be
do
a
it-
link.
Also with Thrills. That's in the UK. That's where I do all my videos, all my astrology videos.
Oh, I
And
want to
that's where
check it out.
I get all my business from TikTok, and that's anybody that knows how to work on TikTok videos, I need help.
I do know
My
people who know
daughter-
how, but
my
they are
daughter
too busy
does,
doing
yeah.
them.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have to upgrade mine a little bit because I was very successful, and all of a sudden my views went down like 70%.
Yeah, we need to fix that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
And
like
I-
TikTok. I haven't been on it because I just don't.
yeah. But
I like to
mean,
watch the videos,
how-
but I don't want to be
Yeah,
on
that's
there.
all the
I
kids
mean, you know
do
that
these days. Yeah.
I did the commercials for Everclear.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know
they
that.
found me on TikTok and they said I'm an influencer. I love that.
You are an
I do.
influencer.
I
And
love it.
so I got to do 2 videos on there for 1-minute videos, and they paid me a huge amount of money.
Wow.
Good.
I know. And so I said, well, I would like to join. And so then I went through the process. Yeah.
That's really cool. That's so cool. Wow.
Amazing.
So I desperately need help there. That is one thing. And Everclear, like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I think they do a good job. And like I had a problem. I actually told Melanie about it. And I said, I did a reading in the car because we're just coming back. I know it was a 15-minute reading and they only paid me for 6. Did they ever make that mistake?
Yes, they fix it. You just write them and tell them that the system messed up and they'll fix it.
Yeah. Okay.
Right
I
away.
did
They
that.
usually fix it that day. It'll be in your account and in your bank before you even look at it again.
That's
Yeah, they'll
awesome.
be desperate. I know that I was out there for a long time. I didn't time it. But anyway, I love it. I love doing all this, and I love you. I love you.
I
Now,
love you. You're
love
awesome,
you
Carol.
too.
I love how you just speak your mind and your heart and what you feel
Yes.
and what's coming to
That's
you.
amazing. Yes.
You can just it feels like you can make a vibe or you can ride a vibe. You can do either one. And today you've done both for sure. So,
Yeah.
and speaking
Yes.
of Everclear, I would like to thank Everclear. Everclear is our sponsor.
They
Everclear is,
are.
as you've heard through this podcast, Everclear is an advice app where you can get your advice from psychics and empaths. So you can get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve.
yes, we have to. They're great. And I think they are number one, and they're just getting better and better. Really,
I do too.
They run a great show.
They really
Well,
do.
that's 'cause they have dead people working for them.
I'm going to send you over a quick email with my links on it, if that's okay.
Yes, please do. Thank you
I'll do
so
that.
much. And listeners, thank you so much for listening. Misty, thank you. Carol, thank you. Everybody-
Thank you guys
Thank you.
for having me here.
Everybody
Misty,
have a
it was-
great.
It was
Oh,
great
sorry.
fun meeting you, Misty.
You
It's always
too,
great meeting
Claire.
Misty.
Yes, I
No,
love it.
it's
I love it.
not. No.
Listeners, we love you.
Hey,
No,
we're
we
friends
love
for
you, love
life.
you, love you.
Friends for
Yes.
life. Friends for life.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you
Bye
for
for now.
listening. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.